In this episode, we arrive in Tahiti and do lots of exploring, but our teenage daughter, who's been living on the boat since the age of 11, leaves home, which is the most difficult part.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho.
Yesterday we went into town. I had to get the big engine on the rib, and it's very unreliable, so it was touch and go whether we actually got there and back, but we did in the end.
Here we are, we found the place to get the alternator repaired. We brought the whole family.
Had to go and sort out an alternator, so I had to take the alternator off the engine and take that in to try and get it at least seen to or fixed, hopefully. Wood.
We also found some exploring time. Really quite interesting. It's kind of like it's a pearl museum. It's got so many interesting facts about pearls, how they're made, how the atolls are made, and also what people use the pearls for, and how you kind of judge how good they are. But yeah, just more information I imagined actually. And there's also pearls you can buy, which is slightly outside our budget, but interesting to see. Professional divers from the port of costumes, goat skins,
the oyster would wrap it in successive layers of mother of pearl, or aragonite. They inserted in the pearl sac of the Pinctada margaritifera community.
So this morning we're going to head off to Moria, which is that island over there. But we're just getting some schooling out the way. And interesting actually, there's lots of dinghies going backwards and forwards. There's kind of like a thoroughfare going through here. The people heading into town or heading to the marina over there. These little catamarans with grass huts on them. And I couldn't work out what they were, but actually they're bars, and people hire them and they go and anchor out on the reef, just about a mile offshore on the reef with a fully stocked bar. That's my type of boating, that is.
So we are heading off to Moria, which is that beautiful island over there, for a couple of days because, yeah, Grandad's arrived to visit, and also, yeah, sadly he's also come to take Rowan back to college, which I'm sure some people already know a little bit about, but this is the thing. So we're going to go and have some good time in Moria before we go. And so we're just getting out of this port again, speaking to the port control. Ewan's driving, and it's a good day. So we motored most of the way to Moria, but now there's a little bit of breeze, so we thought we'd just put the sail up just for half an hour. It's just nice to turn the engine off really and get that nice relaxing feel of no engine, you're just moving with the wind. It's very relaxing, as you can see. It was time to hike those spectacular mountains with our friends on Osa. We got back from the walk, and because our engine's so tiny, we've got our friends on Osa kindly taking like so many kids. Woody decides to join his dad for a foot spa. After our trip to Moorea, we went back to Tahiti for a road trip of the island to make the most of every minute with Rowan.
We're at the water gardens, and we're doing the Great Loops Trail, which basically takes you up around the pine forest and along the ridges. Not the longest or most exciting walk we've ever done, but it's Rowan's last day, so we thought we'd get out and do some bit of exercise, and because she's got a long flight ahead going back to the UK. So yeah, there's the Great Loops Trail, there's also the Small Loops Trail, and of course we do the Great Loops Trail because we're very qualified.
We have a mum.
Yeah, because I'm the one, apparently it's my fault that we have to do the Great Loops Trail, but anyway.
It is your fault, you're the one who wanted to do it.
Have you washed away the bitterness?
No.
Apparently when you go walking you wash away the bitterness. I was trying to explain how endorphins start kicking in after you start walking.
But the view is beautiful from up here.
You can see the whole reef. I think it's interesting that you can see the whole island is surrounded by this reef, this huge island. Vous êtes ici.
What are those two birds like?
And Rowan had been talking about it for a while. She's quite a sociable person. She wanted to be able to go to a college, more sort of stable situation, more room, more space, more sort of permanent friendship group, and a bit more independence. You know, she was turning 16, and that's what teenagers need. So we decided that, well, we could go back, or we thought it would also meet the needs and her desires if she went back to live with her grandma in London and have all those things. And we agreed when she was 16, you know, that would be a good time. Washes out all the darkness, and then this is the last bath. I think this is where they go into the spirit world. So we just walked round these really beautiful botanical gardens, and as you go around, they kind of tell the story of what happens when a high chief dies, and the kind of purification rites that he goes through, the cleansing of his body in all the different waters, and how he ends up in the cave of lizards, which is supposed to be the cave of eternity. So it's kind of like adds another element to the whole thing.
I think the story is pretty interesting.
It was an early start when we dropped Rowan and my dad off. We had to sort of get in the dinghy in the middle of the night, really, and go and pick the hire car up. A lot of logistics involved, but we did make it, and it all went smoothly. And obviously there was a lot of sad goodbyes.
Oh.
Where are we at?
Did you not?
At the airport, finally. Seems like this day's been coming for ages.
All right, so this is Tahiti Airport. We're just dropping Rowan off.
Yeah. If you want something to do, look in the front pocket of your bag, okay? On the plane if you get bored or something.
So of course I found it hard when Rowan left. I missed her so much, every minute, every hour, every day, all the time. But obviously we didn't want any of our kids to be unhappy. So ready for it?
Yeah, I think so. So it's going to have such a learning curve over the next few weeks.
Okay, we've just come through to watch the plane take off. Someone's let us in with their security card. I've got no idea where we're going, but I'm just going to go for it like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course they're from this unit.
I know how to drive, but I have never drove before.
Inside every mind, if you look, you will find there's a child who never grew old.
So it's been a few days since Rowan and my dad left, and to us we've been feeling a bit down about it. So we haven't done much filming over the last few days, but we held onto the car for an extra day and went to see a few sites around Tahiti. We went to the waterfall, which was nice, and the blowhole, which wasn't blowing a hole, but it was blowing lots of air. So the boys had lots of fun kind of dropping leaves in the tunnel and watching them blow out.
Okay, the falls. We came to visit the Waimahuta Falls at in Tahiti. We've still got the car for another day, and these falls are pretty awesome. They're massive.
All doubt, just a question of how to climb up to the heavens and fly. But time is advancing and
Have you ever dreamt of a lifestyle like this? Well, here's some really exciting news for you. You can have access to comprehensive guidance crafted by us, the Renker and Woody, seasoned world cruisers, yachting instructors and parents. We've taught thousands of people how to sail, and as a cruising family, we've sailed tens of thousands of miles across the world's oceans.
Now you can access that knowledge from our Patreon platform. So, if you want to shift your life from traditional school and work towards boat schooling, remote working, minimalist living, and a remarkable life experience, then find out how by visiting www.mothershipadrift.com or click on the links in the description below. See you out there.
trip then a flood, he's adrift while you're stuck on the shore. And he sails away to the depths of our brains. And we can't seem to dream anymore. With the passing of days, we get lost in the maze that we built out of habit and fear.
So fast forward a few days, I've been talking to Rowan through WhatsApp, and she seems to be settling in nicely, staying at her grandma's in London, and she's going to be registering with a local college there and starting her 1 year of intense exam prep, and then who knows after that.
It's Sunday again, and so we found this walk and kind of get to, it's about half an hour from the anchorage, or the marina actually, and then you get to the start of the trail, and first of all it's a road and then it turns into this beautiful, well, you get this amazing view actually, and everyone's behind, and it's quite steep. We've just done a long hour of just uphill, but yeah, you get a good view of the anchorage and the coral that goes around the islands. So here we are, this is Tahiti, our boat is down there, and then Moria is in the background. Yeah, even however much we missed her, we're in touch a lot, because you can now in the online world. We kind of still parenting her from afar, you know, along with lots of other family. And so for us, yes, it left a huge gap and always will. While she's not on the boat. We sort of decided to get stuck into, as usual, boat jobs, schooling, and keep ourselves busy on our time off. And even though, you know, we always wish that she's with us, but yeah, nothing takes away from the sadness it is when your children leave home. And also her being, you know, my only daughter, which is great to have a girl around. Also the eldest. That's an amazing view we get. There's Moria in the background and the anchorage. How are you feeling, Woody?
Oh no!
Feel like a mean mofo!
Hey,
Plantation.
we did it! Yay, this is it. It's amazing views. What do you reckon, boys?
Gotta say it's a good view, but I'd much rather pay the money for a helicopter than my legs.
What's wrong with your legs? They're nice and strong now, look.
They hurt, and
Ewan, what did you do?
I bought Anna a jacket because I had 2 cola sweets.
But I guess I'm sounding really sad, and it's not a bad thing. It's good that she's gone off and she's gone off to do something independent, and she's, you know, doing really well in her exam. We haven't lost her. She's just gone to do things with her life, like every child will do eventually, or most children will eventually leave home, and so that's really what it is. And I'm sure that some people can relate to that. Their children left home, and I did it myself. So sad at the time. I think you do feel like a gap at the time.
What's that, Derek?
That is a pineapple, and I was actually surprised to see them at first, not realizing how pineapples grow, but it turns out they like grow on top of other pineapples, and then the stalk on top of them you plant in the ground, and that eventually grows another pineapple, and that's how like pineapples grow.
Going down is always the most painful because you've got to use these muscles in your knees, so it's like wobble wobble.
Seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.
What are you looking for, Ewan?
It's already on the floor.
You're going to have to coil it, sort it out after.
We're at the end of the airport
Dad, you can do
in
it.
Papeete on Tahiti, and there is apparently a sunken plane here which you can snorkel on and dive on. But at the moment we're just trying to untangle our anchor.
You do it.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I ain't going back, I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going live. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain.
It is awesome. There's a cool plane that's intact, and we think that someone tried to land it in Tahiti and they've crash landed. And they just managed to escape.
Or died.
Well, there was a passenger that didn't, because there's some skulls down there as well. That's
Wait, where?
Didn't you see the skulls? There's some skulls of the people that didn't escape. And also we did a bit of some work as well on the computer down there, although there was a few computer issues, so yeah, we couldn't carry that on.
We just went snorkeling!
We're just getting on with a few boat jobs. We're just knuckling down to some schooling as well, because we've missed that over the last few weeks. So what next? I think we've kind of we got off the boil a bit. I think losing Rowan off the boat has kind of thrown us a bit and kind of taken the wind out of our sails, literally as well as metaphorically. So we're just going to we're just going to ride it out, get the boat ready for the next leg of the journey. So that's where we're at, down but not out, and preparing for the next leg of the journey.
So stay tuned for more adventures as we sail around the world. If you want to find out how to fix your boat, go to our Mothership maintenance channel, and if you've got any questions you want to ask us, join our Patreon family.
I had a dream last night about a boat. It was pink and green with a stripy mast. It had spotty sails and a golden flag. I said, hey, I had a dream last night